How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC leak discussion video. In today's video, we are actually going to be taking a look at a leak that claims to know every single character that is going to appear on the upcoming Fighters Pass, as well as some information about some more Fighter Passes. However, as always, and I cannot stress this enough, we have no idea if this leak is true or not, so make sure you guys take it with a grain of salt and realize that I'm talking about this just for fun. If you'd like to read along while I talk, you can find a link to the original post in the description bar down below, and now, with all that out of the way, I have to tell you guys where all this information came from. So guys, this leak was sent in to me by one of my subscribers on my Discord server, and it is a text post leak that comes from 4chan. However guys, before we go ahead and take a look at it, if you guys haven't already joined my Discord, you can find a link to it in both the description as well as the pinned comment. And also guys, don't forget that once we hit 20,000 subscribers, we are going to be doing another LaxChris official Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Tournament, in which I actually give away a gift card to the winner of the entire tournament. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell. And now guys, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at this brand new leak. So guys, like I said, this leak comes from 4chan, and it is titled Real Smash Ultimate DLC, and it is posted by Anonymous. It starts by saying, "Hi there guys, before we get started, I just want to say that you don't have to believe any of what I say here, and that's okay. You don't have to believe this, but once the next character, or two I guess, are revealed, you'll be coming back to this post. Anyways, so I work for a company that has access to some of Nintendo's information. We might be game reviewers like GameXplain or IGN, or we might be someone who works on the games with Nintendo. Obviously, I can't tell you anything about myself because I don't want to get sued. However, I can assure you that this isn't your run-of-the-mill, you should believe me because my dad works at Nintendo posts. This is the real deal. What some people choose to not understand is that there are people out there who actually have access to this information before it is revealed, so why couldn't it be me? Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the new DLC fighters in Smash Ultimate. I am also happy to announce that we will be getting a total of 5 DLC fighter passes. For those of you who do not know, Nintendo has announced that they want to support the Nintendo Switch for the next 7 years, so Smash is going to be receiving DLC support up until it dies. Now here are all of the characters. First up, we have Joker, who has already obviously been announced. After that, we have Erdrick. As much as people may not want him in the game, he is officially going to be confirmed in an upcoming Nintendo Direct. After that, we have Cuphead. Announced at E3, Cuphead will be the first indie Smash Ultimate character. You guys didn't actually think that Cuphead coming to the Switch meant nothing, did you? After that, we have Steve, another Microsoft character announced at E3. This character is important because not only is he one of the most popular characters in the world, but this is going to show a true partnership between Microsoft and Nintendo. They will have Steve fight Pac-Man, Sonic, and Mario during his gameplay trailer. And finally, we have Waluigi, the character that everyone loves to say will never come to Smash. But my question to you is why? Why do you feel the need to say that this character doesn't have a chance when he is by far the most highly requested Smash character? He is coming to Smash, and he is still going to be an assist trophy, and if you don't, now that we've gone over the entire post, let's talk about it a little bit. So guys, the first run the risk of either getting fired, or in some extreme cases getting sued, because as you guys know, they do have to sign NDAs, which are non-disclosure agreements, and if they do end up breaking those, they are liable to get fired or worse than that. Now, one of the things about this leak that I do want to talk about as well is also that this guy says that we are going to be getting a total of 5 DLC fighter passes. Now, if you guys weren't already aware, Nintendo did in fact say that they wanted to support the Nintendo Switch for the next 7 years, and since Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is such a big game and such a great way for Nintendo to make money, it definitely does make a lot of sense that they continue to support the game as much as they can with the paid DLC fighter passes. I mean, if they do end up making more DLC fighter passes, that's going to be $25 per fighter pass times 5 is obviously $125 per person, so it just makes a ton of sense for them to keep developing characters because people like myself are going to continue to buy them, so I definitely think that this is likely to happen. Now, I think that one of the arguments that people are going to try to use against this is that Sakurai is probably going to start working on the next Super Smash Bros., and to that I say, yeah, that could happen, but we also have to remember that Sakurai was working on the DLC for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS while he was developing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so it would make sense if they continued to support all the way up until the Switch died, and then release the next Super Smash Bros. For the next console. So now let's go ahead and talk about the characters that are supposedly going to be on this upcoming First Fighter Pass. Now, obviously, Joker has already been announced, so we're not going to talk about him. All we know about Joker so far is that he is going to be released sometime in April. After that, we have Erdrick. Now, Erdrick is definitely a character who has been talked about a lot on this channel, so I'm not going to go super in-depth with him because a lot of people already believe that Erdrick is coming to the game, so we're just going to go over a few of the points and reasons as to why he's probably going to be in. First of all, Erdrick is a pretty popular character over in Japan because the Dragon Quest franchise is very big over there. Now, one of the things that Nintendo is trying to do is they are trying to bring Dragon Quest popularity over to the West here in the United States, and by doing that, as we already know, they have games releasing on the Switch like Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition, as well as Dragon Quest Builders, so it does definitely make sense that they would want to put a Dragon Quest character in Super Smash Bros. Just because Super Smash Bros. Is a great way to introduce new games and characters to people who haven't heard of them before. I mean, just look at Marth and Roy. Not many people outside of Japan knew about Fire Emblem before they were in Smash, but once they were in Smash, people in the West started to fall in love with the Fire Emblem franchise, so if they really want to push Dragon Quest, adding in Erdrick definitely makes a lot of sense. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about Cuphead. Now, honestly, at this point, I am definitely torn between Cuphead right now. On the one hand, I don't really think that Cuphead has a chance, just because we don't have any indie playable characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but on the other hand, as we already know, Microsoft and Nintendo are on phenomenal terms right now, and they are on such great terms that they actually brought Cuphead over to the Nintendo Switch, which a lot of us thought would never end up happening, so maybe Cuphead actually does have a chance. What's the best way to push a new indie game on the Nintendo Switch? Obviously, it's going to be by putting in a Microsoft or Cuphead character, in this case, in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, because that's going to get people interested in the game. Now, once again, I don't think that Cuphead has a very strong chance right now, just because I think that characters like Shantae and Shovel Knight are definitely a lot more deserving. However, if Cuphead does end up coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, that will definitely get me very interested in the Cuphead franchise, and I will definitely end up buying it. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about Steve, who is once again probably the most likely character besides Erdrick on this list to come into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, in terms of Steve's chances, obviously he has a very good one. Minecraft has been ported onto the Nintendo 3DS, Wii U, and even the Nintendo Switch. Not only that, but once again, going off of the Cuphead, Microsoft, and Nintendo argument, they are on very good terms right now. They are on such good terms that Xbox Game Pass is actually coming to the Nintendo Switch along with Xbox Live, so why wouldn't Super Smash Bros. Ultimate get a Microsoft character? Now, obviously, they could put a character like Master Chief, or Banjo, or Conqueror, but I think that at this point, Steve is definitely the most likely candidate, just because he's way more kid-friendly than Master Chief, and also, he's just as popular. Minecraft is still one of the most popular games in the entire world, even though it's been out for 10 years at this point, and Sakurai has stated before that he really does love the Minecraft franchise, so I definitely think that Steve has a very good chance. And finally, guys, we have probably the most controversial character on this list being Waluigi. Now, once again, I get the argument that people are like, oh, Waluigi is an assist trophy, there's no way he'll ever come to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but guys, you have to remember that just because you believe Sakurai and Nintendo are going to do something, that doesn't mean that that is true. Nintendo and Sakurai can literally do whatever they want with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Like I said, nobody ever thought that Sonic, or Solid Snake, or Bayonetta, or even Cloud were going to come to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and yet here they are in the game, so why couldn't Waluigi be both an assist trophy as well as a playable character? I mean, his character would sell a ton, even if people weren't going to buy the Fighter Pass because of Cuphead and Steve. they would definitely at least buy Waluigi because he is just that popular at this point. People want Waluigi in the game, and as much as you may think that he doesn't have a chance at all, I guarantee he has a better chance than a lot of you might think. However, guys, before I tell you guys whether or not I believe that this league is real, I do need to tell you guys something that's pretty important. Now, for those of you guys who don't already know, YouTube is going through once again another adpocalypse, which basically means that a bunch of advertisers are pulling their ads away from YouTube, and YouTube is making a lot of very questionable decisions right now. They're demonetizing random channels, and for those of you guys who don't already know, YouTube is currently my full-time job. I am a full-time YouTuber who also goes to school, and if you guys want to help me out a little bit more and just give me a little extra security because I am a little bit worried about my channel getting demonetized, you guys can go ahead and check out my Patreon in both the description as well as the pinned comment. Now, obviously, you guys are already doing so much for me just by watching this video, but if you guys want to help me out a little bit more, throw me an extra $1 or $2 per month. You can find a link to it once again on my Patreon channel. So with all of that out of the way, guys, I gotta tell you guys whether or not I believe that this league is real. Honestly, guys, at this point, I can't in good conscience say that I believe that this league is real. The reason why I don't believe that this league is real is honestly because of Cuphead. I think that there are tons of characters that are way more deserving of a spot than Cuphead, but once again, guys, I have no idea what Sakurai is going to do, and I have no idea what Nintendo's going to do. They brought Joker and Cloud into the game, so why wouldn't Cuphead have a chance? Once again, guys, I do think that it would be a very good marketing move for them to bring Microsoft characters into the game, but at this point, we are just going to have to wait and see what happens. However, guys, let me know your thoughts about this leak in the comment section down below. Do you guys believe that this league is real, and would you be happy if it was? Why or why not? Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.